On October 25, 1974, Carl Higdon, an oil worker and outdoorsman, traveled to the Medicine Bow National Forest in Wyoming. It was an ordinary hunting day and Carl was well prepared. His goal? Elk hunting. But something was off. There were no other hunters in sight and the silence in the forest felt unnatural. Carl spotted a group of elk in a clearing and took aim. But when he fired his rifle, the bullet moved in slow motion as if hitting an invisible force field before dropping to the ground. Before he could react, he became aware of a presence behind him. Turning around, he was met with a sight that defied all logic. Standing before him was a 6-foot-tall humanoid with an elongated, featureless face, small eyes and antenna-like projections on its forehead. The being was dressed in a skin-tight black suit with a belt that had a strange insignia. Its arms were long, ending in appendages with no fingers. The entity communicated telepathically, asking Carl if he was hungry. Before he could answer, he felt completely paralyzed. Carl suddenly found himself weightless, as if floating. In the blink of an eye, he was inside a transparent cube-like craft with no visible seams. Around him were 5 other human beings, frozen in place, unable to move. He was then taken to an unknown planet, where he was subjected to bizarre medical examinations. He saw strange landscapes, tall buildings, and bright lights. According to him, the aliens told him that Earth was unsuitable for their kind due to contamination in the human species. Carl was later found miles away from where he vanished, confused, disoriented, and missing several hours of time. His truck had moved on its own, and his body was reportedly free of a chronic lung condition he had suffered from for years. Skeptics claim Carl was hallucinating, suffering from a mental break, or even fabricating the story. But others point out similarities to cases in the Missing 411 project by David Paulides. Missing time, an unexplained force rendering the victim powerless, and the fact that his hunting bullet appeared to be stopped by an unseen force. Could Carl Higdon have been one of the few survivors of a genuine alien abduction? And if so, how many more have disappeared under similar but unsolved circumstances? His case remains one of the most bizarre UFO encounters in modern history. Whether you believe his story or not, one thing is certain. There are things lurking in our wilderness that defy explanation. What do you think happened to Carl Higdon? Follow for more deep dives into the unknown.